King James Bible symbolizes the betrayal of black people by white people. And so does what they put on my wall. Which side are you on? The black guys who are upset for a good reason, full of righteous indignation, calling people names the way Jesus did. Or people who want you to be complete hypocrites in a predominantly Christian society who unleash white supremacists on us and persecute Muslims for having 80% the same kind of views that we have, that are anti-gay, anti-feminist, anti-pedophile, and other things that pagans typically are. And, I've gone over this time and time again. It's mainstream history. As part of their disagreement with Christians was over the age limits of women and so on. And it was the secret societies that really tried to pervert the Islamic culture and twist it with local tribal pagan cultures to get people to have sex with young girls. And people always leave out the fact that it is the pagans and secret societies like Freemasonry that are responsible. And when you look at, well, the Jews fund the Masons, right? And they control the Masons partially with the pagans. King Solomon's temple, building your pagan temple, right? With your jealous philosophies and laughing at people when you're the demon snakes, okay? That drugged Solomon and had him talking to himself, acting funny. Because the snake deals in poison, right? So whenever there's trickery, what is not written in the Bible tends to be things that are occult knowledge, secret society, and considered above the normal person's comprehension and right to understand. And that tradition was carried on to the streets with the prison war. And the war was almost completely unmooned because of effeminate little black guys in secret societies, with all due respect, who sold us out. And yes, 15 hits in 1.2 seconds. I've still yet, have found anyone who can say that they found someone faster. I can't find anyone faster, and I can't find anyone that claims that someone's faster. I have found a lot of technology abused by the liberals in the IT sector, and I assure you they will try to use technology to pretend that they are faster. And of course, they weren't dehydrated and drugged like the Light Temple was, right? Lightsaber, light contact sparring, dark contact, gladiator, bloodbath. Even in Western culture itself, we all know that the dark side likes to kill little kids, the younglings, and use nines, people who should have been on your side to do it. And if the nines don't become sevens, then they must die too, spiritually, The white man knows that if he does not give the black man his credit, he burns in hell. Some white people caught on to that, and they became Christians. And some of them think that they can compromise with the state. And so, I'm here to tell you, no, you cannot. God's law is above the law of man. And you should not let the white man control reproduction. These are the things that offend God. Think Sodom and Gomorrah. Sexual immorality. Revelations, I believe it's 20-something toward the end. It says outside the gates are the dogs, the sexually immoral, and things of this nature. The dogs, the jackal is, the dog are related. So is the fox. Think about all the video games and the bikers and the shapes of their bodies and faces, right? They're like a little fox trying to eat in a world where all the animals, are trying to eat material food and spiritual food. And the white man has the ability to make you suffer materially, and the black man has the ability to make you suffer spiritually. And a long time ago, very primitive cavemen like white men agreed to this arrangement, and it has cost them dearly ever since. And there came a point where Jesus said, look, we're going to bring you the good news and let you in on it as well. And that's also around the time that the Romans began to get the upper hand. They've had it for quite some time, the Ptolemies and so on. But, relative to human history and the history of warfare and the history of philosophical temple-based warfare, it is a short period of time that they were there before, several hundred years later. Here we have Jesus, right? And of course they use the Hellenization of Serapis, and Hades looks like Serapis because it is the people who meet halfway, the Romans, who took the dark and the light together in order to make a Roman system based on Babylon, designed to rule and build things in the material world using the gate symbol of Hades that you see in the Greco-Roman all so often, or all too often, one might say. If one, of course, is from the Light Temple. But if you're a Roman who puts your race above Christianity, then of course you think you can't build enough, right? And of course, what do the Italians talk about? Building Rome. And who are the Freemasons? You know, the Pythagoreans, Greco-Roman culture, King Solomon's temple, the Knights Templar, the Hospitallers, who carried away Macaco. It was the medical students who knew there was something fishy in the medical establishment because of the white medical establishment, which was always progressive, first and foremost. You know, they want progress for the white man, right? Liberal, progressive, and conservative maintain. You know, the ass is like, hee haw, I feel sorry for the black guy. The elephant is like, look, the white guy in his majesty is a big, fat fucking Roman. Like, hey, I'm getting it in, you know? You know? And that's what the elephant represents. But then again, some Italians are liberals. A lot of them are. And they were the victims of eugenics as well. So what you see in the white world is an agreement, just like you saw in Rome, between the three heads of Hades' dog, the Romans, the Greeks, and the Vikings. Okay? And Hades himself is a Talmudic Jew. And that is why he has that kind of Semitic, Japhetian, Khazarian kind of Greek kind of, where the Greeks overlap with the fake Jews, Mediterranean sort of look. Okay? And they're the ones who translate the Bible, Hellenization. Okay? They didn't just translate the symbols of the letters, but the symbols of the culture, including the image of Christ, into a Hades devil image for a Hades devil Roman casino, casalots for nobles, Vegas styled sexual immorality, making fun of Horus, the hare, right? The bunny ranch, you know, Horus as opposed to hare. Respect the top martial artist. And any woman who does not admire me to the point where she's willing to come at any point and holler at me, just get lost. And if you're not gorgeous, get lost. We are there now. For all your disrespect, you fake martial artists, I'm calling you out. For all your disrespect, beautiful women my age, I'm calling you the fuck out. And furthermore, who had the heart to show up and represent and who didn't? You know, it was Italian-looking guys and black guys. It seems that as the smoke cleared, the only people fighting over control of reproduction were spiritual black guys and the wolves, just like Jesus said. And who has their back? The serpent's seed, the three-headed dog, the serpent's seed, four beasts together. Where's the five? Do the math.